comfort and luxury at its best.
Issues at hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV. We welcome you into Issues at Hand 2024. A very good morning to you. We thank the Almighty God who has made us to this day, and we are still alive. We crossed into the new year. We don't take that for granted. We are also grateful for you who keeps it on Church of Uganda Family TV. You were with us the whole of last year, and we have started the year with you. We thank God for you, and we pray that you do that up to the end of this year. Our commitment is giving you the very best in family-friendly programs with a Christian focus that you and your entire family will enjoy together. Today is the 2nd of January 2024, and perhaps this is our first program in this year of Issues at Hand. We are delighted that today we are going to talk about a very pertinent issue, especially when it comes to parenting, because we know as we start the year, it is important that we prioritize parenting, we prioritize grooming our children. So it is important, even as we start the year, to discuss parenting, to discuss grooming our children into responsible children, responsible citizens, because we've had a number of issues last year about children. And when you listen to the stories of the street children, you realize that probably a majority of the reasons as to why we have these children is because there is a gap in parenting. And of course, when you look at a child and probably you're not pleased by their appearance, you're not pleased by their conduct, then just know there should be a gap somewhere in parenting. Now, as a parent, as a child, this is a message for you. Just sit wherever you are, wherever you're watching us from, on our YouTube channel, that is COU Family TV, or on our Family TV app, and then on our website, but also on the pay TV. We are looking at grooming a holistic child, and we are attempting this from two perspectives. One, from the parent's perspective, but also as a child. We are glad we have one of those people who are passionate about parenting, passionate about education. So he's an all-round person we have in studio today. With us is none other than Fagil Mandy, who is the director of Femcom Limited. He's an educationist. He's a parenting coach. He's an author. He does a lot of things. He's a man of very many skills. We are delighted to have you, Mr. Mandy.
Thank you very much. And good morning. Good morning to your viewers.
So we are looking at Mandy today as a parent.
Yes.
And as a passionate parenting coach. Someone would really want to know about your family.
My family.
Yes.
Let me put it. Immediately right now, my family is made up of, I have a wife, all right, and we have 6 grown-ups, 4 boys, or 4 men, and 2 women, all right. So we have 6 children, and they are grown up, and they are all working and employed, and all the 6 are actually over 40 years of age.
Wow.
Yes, over 40 years of age. My eldest daughter was born in 1967. Then another one, 68, then another one. So all of them are above 45 years of age. And I am also grandfather of 18 grandchildren.
Okay.
And I am also a great grandfather of 4. All right. And my family, we live separately because they are grown up. So it's no longer the same small unit of little babies and the mothers, the father, and other relatives. All right. My children live apart, some of them live in Australia. They are working in Australia. One of them is a doctor working in Australia. Okay. Another one is working with the United Nations, all right, in South Africa. And another one is an electrical engineer in Ukraine, where there is a war, but that's where he lives right now and works. Another one is actually working at the Virus Research Institute in Entebbe. She's a scientist, a laboratory scientist, all right. And another one is a constructor, a construction engineer, building houses. So those are my children. And we lived most of the time when they were still there. I live now, not with the sons and daughters, because they are independent. They are living on their own. Are you getting me? Yeah. But otherwise, I live with my wife, okay? And our home is in Mukono, main home. But I also spend time. I have another home in Chebando, and I also have another home in Chegegwa. All right, okay. And those homes are there because I keep moving. I have responsibilities in terms of businesses or activities which I carry out, and so that's why I stay when I'm doing work around those areas. Otherwise, before that, as earlier, my family, when I was growing up, very quickly I grew up with a single mother and my grandmother, the mother of my mother. Those are the two women I grew up with, and I grew up actually in Kampala, Chebando Central. That's where I grew up, although I was born in Kabarole district, but my parents moved, my mother and grandmother moved when I was very young, about 3 years, 4 years, and settled in Chebando. So Chebando is where I've grown up. Okay, the only time I left Chebando was when I was at the college training, but then even when I qualified and finished, I worked up country. You get me? So that was my background. And what else about the family? Yes, I didn't grow with my father, all right, but I grew up only with my mother, and my mother was a simple woman. She worked as a house help or a house girl for some Bazungus in Kitante, right? But she was also a farmer. But my grandmother was truly a farmer, because for her she would grow all sorts of crops, and I would help her even work in the garden, and we carry the products to Makerere Kivulu to sell them, all right? So that's a bit of my background as far as the family is concerned, okay, by those years. And that's how I grew up with my mother until I qualified and trained qualified as a worker. All right. Okay. Yes.
Now, I think starting from there, you raised a very important aspect. You grew up with your mother. You didn't grow up with your father.
Yes.
And we have a number of single parents today, majorly single mothers. We have a few single fathers, but majorly we have a number of single mothers. And this is a problem that is reoccurring, that it has even become part of life, that people are even willing to be single mothers than being wives to improvident husbands, or who are husbands who are not responsible in any way. Now, let us look at the very biggest problem in family today. What is the greatest problem in family today?
I think family is one. I think right now, and I'm using my experience, right now I'm 75 years of age, and you've seen I've grown up these young people, these men and women of mine. And I've been teaching a lot. I've been doing a lot of parenting, all over the country. So really, my experiences are going to come from my points are going to come from my own experiences and the experiences of other people who I have interacted with. The biggest problem now with the family is that as an entity, as a thing in people's lives, nationally, we are not giving it enough, definition. We are not naming it. We are not defining it. We are no longer talking about the family. How many people, for example, ask, which family are you? People just moving around on the streets, they are working in the offices. Family has ceased to be that most important unifying, developing place where human beings are actually made into men and women. The beginning school, that is family. Number two, so that one is broken now. Right, even where people are living together, wife and husband, and even their children, there is discoordination between the members of the family. They are not united. Why am I saying they are not united? They are not united because when I'm talking about union, it's not a matter of we live in this house together. No. How are you united? You must be united by the way you look at life, by the way you look at what you want to achieve in life, by way of what you do carry out to achieve what you have said. Okay? You are brought together by the way you are brought up, the way you deal with the world as a family. Are you getting me? Yes, there might be some difference between individual members of the family, but as a family, your outlook. Let's take a religion, for example. A family, all right, we say, fine, is the family can be brought together by the way they express their faith, the way they think about God, the way they believe together, because God is a unifier of all human beings.
Yes.
Are you getting me? So families have lost that unity and purpose. We are talking about family. And what is the purpose? Families have ceased to exist on the basis of I am a growing family, I am a great family. Are you getting me? The family of Mazima Wamvu. Are you getting me? People just growing together, people producing children without love, people getting married or in relationships. For what reason? Very few people can explain.
Exactly.
Are you getting me? So really that's one of the problems which we have, or the major problems with the family. And the family has, therefore, because it doesn't have a cause, a clear defined cause as a family, that for us as a family, we believe in that one, nobody should be poor in our family. Not because we want everybody to become a thief. No. For in our family, and by the way, this is a part of what I grew up with. I knew that although my mother was doing a simple job, but an honest job as a house girl, she was working all the time, and she was not poor per se. My grandmother was not poor per se. I'm not saying they had millions and millions, all right? So really the family must come together, and the members of the family must be successful in life. A good family produces good people, successful people. If they go to get jobs, they are good workers. If they get married, they stabilize their families and homes. If they are thinking, they create new ideas. That's a family. And people were proud of the family. But because today we don't talk about where is your family, what is your family? That means, really, do we talk about the family at all? I'm telling you, generally, we don't talk about the family now.
Sure.
We only talk about, for example, the school. And when we talk about the school, we are talking about the classroom. The nursery school, primary, secondary, university. That's what we talk about. But we don't talk about the family. We don't even talk about the school at home.
We've had things coming up, phrases that have come up these days, like friends that became family. People are no longer considering their biological lineage as family. So for instance, I come in this environment, the people I meet around, we team up, we make friends, and then these are the families we consider. Is that what should be a family?
No, originally a family is a group of people living together and united mainly by blood. You are united. For example, me in my line now, we have what we call Alstera Kahubire family. And Alistair Kahubire was actually my grandmother, the late grandmother, who produced our mothers, all of us, the children and the men and women. We come from Alistair Kahubire because Alistair, each one of us has a blood connection with the grandmother, and that's the thing that biologically binds us. Now that's one group.
Yes.
But also there are some people, for example, I will tell you now, I'm living with three, two boys and one girl. These are not my children by blood. No. They are children who I have brought because I love them and I've given myself to them to bring them up. All right? Because they had a weak family. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Their fathers actually were not interested in them, and then they have never cared about them. Are you getting me? So they are there. So they are people who you are not related by blood, but you are related by one, because one, you have common interests.
Okay.
Two, you have accepted responsibility to look after them, to bring them up, to love them, and they make part of your life. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So, and then there is also the other angle that while this, when we talk about a family, really immediately, we talk about when you are married, okay? You begin getting children from your marriage, from your husband, from your wife. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Those are the biological children, boys and girls. That's your immediate family. But there is also the extended family. They are nieces, nephews, aunties, all of them who are related by blood or by circumstances. Are you getting me?
Yes.
They don't even live with you here in the house, all right? But they are there, and occasionally you do meet and you have activities that bring you together. That's the extended family. The extended family was a very strong part of the family. I think about 50 years or 60 years ago. Are you getting me?
Yes.
But now that one has more or less died. Are you getting me? All right? Even when you see now what is happening, that young people get children, they get daughters and sons, and they dump them at the grandmother's place or grandfather's place. Are you getting me? So there is the blood family, okay? They are people who you have not, or they are also those who are immediately your own sons and daughters, all right? And there are those who are your relatives by blood, and also there are those who you have brought home because of circumstances. Either you are friends and you start living together, or you have responsibility, you are looking after, you are a guardian. These people belong to you, they become part of your family. That's what the family is like now. But eventually the whole of that family has been broken down now. Tomfako. Care about what you care about. Leave me alone. Are you getting me? And that is killing people, and that's killing Uganda, and it is killing Africa.
You've talked about a broken family where very many of the children, I'll give an example, the children in Kampala, most of them don't even know their lineage.
No.
So they only know father and mother and probably a few two or three aunties that come in to visit, or those that the fathers have introduced them to. But what is the problem this is grooming in the children in this generation that we are in?
First of all, it is all a deeper problem we are facing now. I think for the last, since the time when we are colonized, when the Bazungus came and took over this country, are you getting me?
Yes.
The self-esteem of the individual. How much do you understand yourself? How do I understand myself? All right? Where is my background? Do I love myself? Do I care about myself? That spirit was killed by the time we were colonized, mainly, right? Okay? Because the colonizer, the Muzungu, came here to take over, one, to control us. And in order to control us, they had to make us go down a bit in the way we think, and our bodies, our strength. Not that they sacked us, but even our spirit, it was deflated. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So from the time, many years ago, when our grandparents were annihilated, actually when they were quietly eliminated, okay, we remained like shadows.
Yeah.
Shadows. A shadow of a man, a shadow of a woman. Are you getting me? The real man, the real woman was sucked out, and it is not being put back even today as we are talking now. This is the 2nd of January 2024. The man is not becoming stronger and more meaningful. The woman is not becoming stronger, although the women are doing many things around, but the real material of a woman, the mother, but the woman, the man, on top of wearing a suit or pair of trousers, are you getting me?
Yes.
You know, that sort of thing. The man is removed. So the whole family, you can look at it that way, because the family is made up of the men and the women,
Yes.
married, husbands and wives, are you getting me?
Yes.
Then their children. So really, the human being is shallow now. And that's the challenge. And I want to add very quickly that even my purpose of coming here when you invited me was this year we must find ourselves. We must look for ourselves and feel ourselves. Let's get back our man. Let's get back our woman. The woman who is constructive woman, the mother, the maker of a human being, the producer of a human being, the maker of a home, the uniter of a home, the man who defends the home, the man who sweats and struggles and works with other men and women to really get life to move. That's what we've got to look for now this year, so that we stop moving around like shadows. You know, I am only living for today. Tomorrow, as though tomorrow is not there. No, let's not live only for today, and let's not live empty. Let's fill ourselves with useful things. Let's use our religions. Let's use our activities. Let's use our education to fill ourselves with energy and the talents which God gave us, and take control of life.
Okay, you know, you're now stirring up the discussion. You talked about a man who has lost, who is not a man, that we physically see a man walking, putting on their trousers and their shirts and suits, but they're not man. What is lacking in this man? What has gone out of this man that we are seeing is not a man?
The man, generally all of us, men and women,
Yes.
old and young, a problem has occurred. Our brains have been drained. Our thinking is very negative. For example, a man thinks I am inferior. A man thinks I am a victim. A man thinks, I hate myself, I don't like myself. So the same with a woman. A man is there, a woman is there, and they cannot do anything on their own, believed by themselves. Are you getting me? Even their belief in God, most times, it is copied from others, not understood by them. So we really have got, the biggest problem is the mind has been shifted. That is what now, for me, I call, and a few friends of mine with the Fourth Heritage program, is that we are suffering from the 6 killer mindsets. We have something wrong with our minds. And ladies and gentlemen, once you have something wrong with the mind, if a mind is not thinking positively, for example, if a mind does not love, if a mind does not get details, if a mind does not focus, if a mind cannot choose what is right for you, if a mind cannot understand your relationship with God and how you perform that relationship, the mind is the controller of life. Something has gone wrong with the mind, and we need to twist it round and bring it back to thinking positively. I call it the Redeemer mind must be captured back. We must go back to the days, to the time when we must look for the talents in us and expose them and use them. Now nobody looks even for the talents. Are you getting me? We are just moving like a packed cabbage. Are you getting me? You know, that sort of thing. So that's the mind. Are you getting me?
Yes.
And in the mind, the man has been made, the body of men, bodies of men have been weakened. They are very, very weak. I am an advocate for physical training, keeping the body, because for me I think the way I can thank God for the gift of life is by looking after my body and keeping it active, keeping it strong, and using all the body parts to make my life better. And that's what should be happening to you. I'm not just there, for example, to wear suits or do this or be in the clubs and all this. A man is there to run around with women. No, that's not the image of God. I mean, what God created as a man. So the man's body must be reworked on top of the mind, okay? Because the mind to operate, okay, and the mind is judged by its actions which it decides. The body must be strengthened to work and produce results. Carry out work, take control. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Because you may have a power in the a brain which is very powerful, and that can help you to lead you to take power. But to take power, to take control, you must use your spirit and you must use your body. Are you getting me? So really that's what it is. The man must change and transform, and we must have national programs, family programs, and individual programs to renew ourselves, to review ourselves, to redeem ourselves. When we are celebrating Christmas, and I was saying in my heart, and I believe in it, I said this is the birth of Christ. Are you getting me? All right? How many of us are feeling a birth, a new life? And I'm saying the new year plus the celebration we carried out and we carry out every year, that let's find ourselves and strengthen ourselves, and our lives will become more enjoyable. For example, we'll live for a longer time. Will not cry about poverty. How can you cry about poverty? How can you stand up now, a human being, and say, I am unemployed, I have no job, I am poor? How? There must be something wrong with your mind. Are you getting me? Look at it. Are you getting me? Because a normal human being, you cannot run over an activity to carry out. To make you happy, and also to make you live, to make you earn money, and to make you use money properly. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So really we need this thing of incarnating, making the man new, making the woman new, all right, with consistently, properly made programs, and deliberate programs. Today we don't have programs to develop our people in the whole country, and that you better hear me. Parents at home, you have no programs to develop your child, except to send the child to school. You have no programs to make your child grow into, for example, a performing Christian. You don't have programs to do that. You don't have programs to get your children, your daughters and sons to be a Christian soldier, which people sing about it. Are you getting me? Just like people sing, I have decided to follow Jesus. But when you ask them, what sort of Jesus are you following? They say they don't know. All right? And for me, I keep saying, and I can give it to you. Every time I've been hearing people sing that, which is good. But if Jesus was to turn back and look at the people following him and say, he would find people who are indisciplined, corrupt people, thieves, prostitutes, people who are defiling children, kids who are becoming pregnant at 12 years age, and the whole country is quiet. Are you getting
about it?
We must shift that by changing ourselves, and we address those problems to redeem the man, to redeem the family, and to redeem Uganda.
Well, how can then people redeem themselves? Because you've talked about this mind that is perverted, if I can say. So how can then people redeem themselves to bring back the other glory in a family?
Okay, fine. I am talking about what I've been doing and what I do. Are you getting me? What I've been doing, ever since I started working, I was very conscious that I'm a changer of a human being. Very conscious. Even when I did my work as a Commissioner for Education, even when I did my work as Chairman of the Board of UNEB, even when I did all my work as a banker, as a teacher trainer, even now as I do my work as an education consultant. Are you getting me? I am a changer because I think that's my role, well, given to me by God, you know, and that's my role also to take control and change. So we must establish programs. I have been running programs which are aimed at changing people. I mean, like the program which, before this program we were discussing, the program which has started today on the 2nd of January at Kitante Primary School for the university students, for the senior secondary school students, and for the primary 7 leavers. Those people, and I've left them there registering and reporting. Are you getting me? Okay? The course will run for 18 days, but non-residential, 18 days non-residential at Kitante Primary School. Now, for me, that's one program which I've deliberately put up. And it is a unique program. It's not like other programs because I know I'm an educationist and I'm a senior citizen. Are you getting me? And I'm educated enough. I know what programs can be useful. That's a program which I've set, and I've seen its results. In fact, the day after tomorrow, we'll write down and send to the parents what changes we expect in the learner by the end of 18 days. The changes, are you getting me? Okay. So that we say, parent, we have told you, by the time we finish the 18 days, your son will be speaking better. Your son or daughter will be moving in a more coordinated manner. Your daughter will be able to focus more. Your daughter will be able, for example, to imagine and draw pictures of what she wants to do. Your daughter will be able to communicate with you and understand you better. Your daughter will be able to actually have a healthier body and care about her body. Your son or daughter will have lost shyness. Are you getting me? Will be a sharp adult. Are you getting me? So we need to put in place for the government, for example, all right? The government needs actually to put the proper programs or proper curriculum in the schools. The government must make sure that people don't only learn from the classrooms, they must learn at home as the most important school. They must learn in the community. They should learn from the televisions. I mean, why did you call this television family TV? Because you wanted to commit yourself on behalf of the church, on the behalf of Christianity, that you are a builder of the family. Are you getting me? All right? The only difference is that the programs which are taking place to develop a family, want to develop the individual, and to build a family and make a family follow certain programs for progressive. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
So, really, we need specific programs. Clearly, ladies and gentlemen, all of you can contribute to building a program. And the programs are not very difficult. But what we need, and I thank you, Family TV, for having invited me. People do not know that there is a problem.
Yeah.
People do not know. All right? And if they don't know what is the problem, they also do not know what they can do. Because once you don't know the problem and what is causing it, you cannot say, I am going to do this. Me, I know what I've contained in my training program, for example, at Kitante, the one which has started today. Okay? I have put there what things which will bring about the change which I've talked about. So I make, for example, my boys and girls do a lot of climbing, whether they are climbing walls or climbing ladders or ropes. Are you getting me? Because climbing is the way you crawl forward and defeat challenges, and you become a winner. Number 2, it removes the fear of height. People, do you know that families are full of fear?
Yeah.
All right? Individuals are full of fear, and because of their full of fear, they don't try to do anything new. They just do ngabwe byali. So we have that problem. So there I know, for example, that in the training program, I will make them even roll. Are you getting me? Why? Because whether it is military or not, they will roll. Are you getting me? I make them roll. Why do I make them roll? I make them roll because I want the body which can actually accept that I'm going to roll. Because the body was made to work, not to be destroyed, to work. Number 2, I want them to know that my body can do several movements, because life, in order to be achieved successfully, must go through various movements and shapes and activities. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
I make them roll. I make them carry each other. Are you getting me? Why? For partnership. And I train them in a not in the partnership which they do when they are at the dance floor in the disco. No. I make a boy and a girl know each other, and they know this is a fellow human being, this is a man, this is a woman, we can do this together. And they work together without feeling the other dominant feeling of, a sweet. No. Yes.
We are taking a short commercial break
Yeah.
from and we shall return shortly. Stick with us.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Welcome back from the commercial break. This is Issues at Hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV. Today we are discussing family and grooming a child into that man you want to be, grooming that daughter into the woman you want to be. We have a problem, Mr. Mandy, that some parents want to groom their children to be like them. Like you talked about the problem as we are starting this program, that there is a very big problem. Why? Because a perverted father wants to groom their child to be like them. And I believe in the end, the problem will be reoccurring for generations and generations. And before the break, you had talked about some of the trainings that we need as a country to see that we have now a change,
better man,
a better man, a better woman,
better family, and better children.
Exactly. We continue from there. Yes.
Yeah. No, I think one from the point which I did, I mean, the last point which you have raised.
Yes.
Right. I think that one, as I've said, people do not know that there is something wrong. People do not know. But it's only very few people who know that there is something wrong. Do you notice how people have forgotten how to keep time? And people are accepting it. Me, I've been threatened sometimes, but
with
because
excuses,
I was strong, I was very, very strong, you know, in this, even when I was in the Ministry of Education or wherever I've been working, you know. People have always wondered how I've kept time. I got a promotion, you know. But for me, I stuck to my guns. Are you getting me? I said yes. If that is what will define my Christianity or my godliness, I will respect time, because time is a production thing. Just like I will respect good attitudes, positive attitudes in my head. Are you getting me? So people, we've got to change them by doing the programs and letting them know there is something wrong. You need this, you need, but who is pronouncing that?
No one.
Okay? Who is telling people that, men, you better strengthen your bodies so that you don't have a body like that of a woman? A man is not supposed to have a body which is bony, weak muscles, weak what? You walk like a crocodile, you mean a little insect, a snail. Are you getting me? No. A man is a man. Because you are a doer, you are a worker, you are a Christian soldier. The woman is a woman with a strong body. Are you getting me? But not competing to do boxing like the man does it. The woman is supposed to have a strong body. The woman is supposed to have thoughts which are very clear. Because that's why God created them, to have the baby inside their womb. Because they are special. The women are special because they have got special attributes. They've got special emotions. They have got special minds. They've got special bodies, systems. That's why they are the maker of the human being. After the man and the woman have met, the only human being that can bring up a baby is a woman. Why? Because God fitted them with the special things. But all those have been lost. People don't know. Let's inform them what is happening. And who should inform them? One, not think. I'm talking like as a senior citizen and as an education consultant, and who has used various methods. One, we need to get, for example, the churches to begin on that journey. I think that there is a lot of too much preaching, too much begging, and too much singing. Instead of really examining, for example, major issue. How do we discover the talents which we are put in each human being? What programs are being run in the church? So the church could be one of those to actually do the programs and also get people to understand. All right? Instead of generally saying you are doing a sin. Yes, fine, that's good. But let's look at how do we reconstruct the minds and reconstruct the bodies. In short, how do we dig out the talents? You remember the story of the talents in the Bible. Are you getting? How do we get the church? How can the church work on the Christians to discover their talents and help them to train and learn how to use those talents and use them? Because otherwise the world would have changed. Are you getting me? So the church can do a lot in showing the problem and also in organizing programs. I have one time I didn't joke, but I said that every church, for example, wherever it is, it should be a signpost of productive life. Are you getting productive life? Because that's where the human spirits meet, the human beings meet, and that's where they get the example, the role model. It's just like saying a religious leader should be a role model. Are you getting me? Right? And we can't go into the detail of that. But the churches need to do that, and they have a lot of people. A lot of people. They are the most organized group right now. Are you getting me? Okay, in the whole country, and they have more people to them. They are actually, for me, one of the biggest schools we have to provide the education. As long as they change what they are equipping the population with. Are you getting me? Number two, we need the mass media, televisions. Are you getting me? Televisions can decide. All right, are you getting me?
Yes.
There was the televisions can decide, why did you decide to bring this program today? Are you getting me? Others are playing about with only music and showing the raggedy, not ragadies, but really certain funny things. Are you getting me? Televisions and radio stations have got the widest reach to cover the whole Uganda, to cover the whole Africa. Are you getting me? Of course, now they have been taken over by social media. Are you getting me? And online operations. Are you getting me? But mass media, televisions in particular, radio stations, get the programs, define them, design them. I will give you an example. Supposing we decided that, for example, that we have a program where we shall be showing a child showing something new, which they have made. And you call it, I have made a new by children. And every week you have a program where a child has made a matchbox, where a child has made a doll, where a child has drawn a picture. Are you getting me? To develop that spirit of a maker, of a creator, you know, because if you don't create, if you don't make, how can you claim to be in the image of God? Are you getting me? Yeah. I think that if you are in the image of God, you should imitate. You cannot equal God, but you are the son and daughter of God. You are a creator, you are a designer, you are an innovator, you are a maker, a protector, and a controller. Are you getting me? Given to you by God. Are you getting me? So really the radio stations and televisions can do quite a lot. Then of course, really the cultural leaders. The cultural leaders can do a lot. What? Because they have got people and they are organized. Only we need to see, what am I doing as a cultural leader? Am I going to run this as a traditional thing of long ago, where if I'm buried, I die, I want to be buried with my wives? No. Are you getting me? But a cultural leader is somebody who would look down to our own culture of work, of production, of beauty, of thinking. We are discussing with a friend this morning that there is no medicine which our people didn't know. Medicine, they discovered the medicine themselves, but all that magazine, all that intelligence and knowledge has died out. So we need to get the cultural leaders to actually say, you are culture and I respect you now, if only you become changers of your human beings. All right? Then of course, the other, of course, the school system. The school system can provide the programs. I mean, they were there. For example, in the schools, I was commissioner and I'm the designer of the minimum standards in the schools. That's why we put there certain programs in the schools. We put there co-curricular activities. We said there must be debating, there must be acting, there must be writing, there must be girl guide, there must be boy scout, there must be athletics, running, there must be science fairs, there must be concerts. Why? Because we wanted our children to go through those programs and they transform them. Are you getting me? I told you about this program which is running. We are going to use a lot of dance movement. We are going to use a lot of creative arts. We are going to use a lot of training, a lot of rigorous training, you know. And because I know what I want to produce, and that's why I've told you, is the day after tomorrow, we are sending out to the parents, this is what you should be looking for. We expect your son to be this, working fast and so on and so forth. You know, so the school system can be designed more deliberately and more daringly Today we are just playing about with the school, only doing examinations and counting the results, and that's all. Nobody says what else has the child learnt. Have I made a better Christian out of the normal school? Am I making a better human being in the home? Am I making a better human being in the school, in the community? You know, that sort of thing. So those are the groups of people, of course. And then the other group, which I think must set up all the technical staff of this country. The technical staff of this country must go back to their main job of not only delivering service, but also working on the populations by training them in specific areas. I don't know if members, viewers, you remember there was a time when we had extension workers in this country.
Yes.
Health inspectors everywhere, community development officers everywhere, assistants everywhere, commercial officers everywhere, but you don't hear about them anymore. They are simply earning their salary and keeping quiet. So the human being is being disintegrated and being destroyed all the same. And that includes our own children and our own, boys and girls. So this is what we must do. And the last thing which we need to do is the government must protect the population. Protect the population. You can see now how much social media, however good it may be, how it is annihilating, how it is emptying the human being. Mental work has gone. Even the feelings of humanity have gone, because you no longer need to talk to somebody or meet your father or meet your relatives. You just touch the button and you send the message. Human beings are becoming worse and worse. And if you ask me, I can say the human being is very fast being pulled away from life, being replaced by robots and machines. And who is going to bring back the human being? Don't expect the maker of the robots to make the human being. No, the intention of the maker of the robots is to actually get rid of the human beings, but really get rid of the African population, which is growing very, very fast. Okay, and you remain with machines. Are you getting me? So we need government technical staff, people who are so-called, who have been to schools, who have been trained in these things. They are trained, but they never do anything. How many professors in this country are doing anything? They are professors, professors. But what are they known for? What are they doing? For me, if you are a professor and it's only the title, you are a useless person. In fact, you are a danger to society. Are you getting me? Because you are planting the old theme of a professor just does this and say, but what does it do? Are you? It's like when I call myself an education consultant. You ask immediately, what does he do? Then you say, he did this program on that day. He did that training program in Kitante Primary School for 18 days. Yes? You count me by actions. So technical staff of this country must be trained to be trainers and builders of the population.
Okay. Mr. Mandy, as we wind up this program in a minute, what are your last remarks?
I want to wish everybody a new year, but not just to wish them. If you want a new year to go well for you, determine that you must change something in you. Determine that you must change. Are you getting me? And know that you are going to change it, and know how you will do it. Determine, don't just celebrate. Like I had people making noise the day before the Christmas Eve. Are you getting me? Determine what you want to do, and it should be something to correct a mistake, so that you become a better father, a better mother, a better young person. Even if you are 10 years or 11 years, you can hear me even when you are 7 years. Think of what you can do to make you move faster. Think of what you will do to make you think actually quickly. Think of in 2024 to do something that will make you do other things, multi-skilling. Look at your body, what can it do? Do things which will make you move. For example, decide to move in the country and learn Uganda more, and even know where life is and nature is. Are you getting me? Set an objective in your mind and follow it up. And you can say, look, this year 2024, I have healed myself of this. I was suffering from stomachache. The stomachache I've treated, now it's gone. I was slow, now I'm faster. I was fearing, now I no longer have fear. I was not focused, now I focus. I think think about what I want to do and think about it and work for it, and nobody diverts me from there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mandy, and thank you so much to you, our viewer. This was Issues at Hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV, powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at your best. I will meet tomorrow same time on Issues at Hand, but remember, we start with Good Morning Family from 7 a.m. and then Issues at Hand comes in later at 9 a.m. Have yourselves a good day. God bless you.
Issues at Hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.